Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. Today we're doing another action figure video. Very excited for this one, man. I've been wanting a Scott Steiner figure. Really, when they showed even though it didn't get crowd funded, which is to me a good thing. When that Nitro set didn't get funded, there was going to be a Scott Steiner figure that came with the set, with the entrance, ramp and everything. But then they showed this bad boy off. Because everybody even knew that they were going to have more Scott Steiners that they were going to plan on making. They even might still release that one that was going to come with the Nitro ring just at a later date. Anyways, man, they went all out with this. This is the first time in a line figure. And usually when Mattel does that, they typically go all out. This is a complete new body sculpt, if I'm not mistaken. They've got, Big Papa Pump's biceps, man. They got it sculpted just the way that they looked when he would make his muscles, when he would start flexing. Yeah, I mean, like literally everything from this is new. I have not seen a Mattel Elite with this body before. Even down to the way Scott Steiner's abs looked, they have that. So yeah, this is a pretty sick figure, man. Got Freakzilla on the back of the tights. Yeah, man, Big Papa Pump was that dude. I really wish that they could make a Buff Bagwell figure. That'd be awesome if they can. I don't know if they can, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm telling you, I would love a Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell was one of my favorite WCW wrestlers. Even though I was always more of a WWE guy, when I did start watching, me and my brother would watch WCW from time to time, like the Monday Night Wars. We would flip back and forth. We really wouldn't stick on one channel. We would like whatever was going on Raw. We would like check that out. And, because all you had to do, I mean, the channels were like right there. Like, I know channel numbers are different for, wherever you're from, but like USA would be 40 and TNT was 41. So all we would do was we would just press channel up and then, or just hit last channel or whatever on the remote and check out what was going on in WCW and then check out what was going on in WWE. We would watch more. Of course, we would always watch more WWE stuff. But when we did check out WCW, Buff Bagwell, man, the whole NWO squad, all of that stuff, Wolfpack, into all of that, man. But this is a great figure. This is a great figure, man. They did the damn thing. I wish they would have had his ears kind of sculpted out more so the glasses stay on a little bit better, because the glasses really only stay on because of the mesh like headpiece that he has on. Like, let's all right, because this the glass. Yeah, see, the glasses are gonna fall off. They typically don't stay on. But look at that head sculpt though. That's impressive, man. That is impressive. Let's see. Let's try to put the glasses on and have them stay. Like, they can stay, but they're very loose because they don't really have a place to really sit on his head. They fit because they fit around the sculpt of the head pretty good, but they are very loose. One little touch will make them either fall or just get misplaced on his face. So yeah, really only stays with that chainmail, the chainmail headgear. That's the only way that they really stay. But yeah, I like this, man. This is dope. It's got the goatee with the like, that's cool. That is really, really cool. Looks just like Scott Steiner, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, I had to get this, man. I was very shocked to actually see it. First I was seeing it, of course, Ringside Collectibles gets all of this stuff first, so I was seeing it there. But I was like, man, this is either going to be really easy to find or really difficult to find, man. Certain figures, because everybody was wanting a Scott Steiner. for that set. That was like one of the biggest draws for people putting the money down for that Nitro set, was because it was coming with a Scott Steiner. And people loved them some Big Papa Pump. This dude was awesome. And he was hilarious. He had some of the most hilarious promos. Um yeah, dude was dope, man. I love the sculpt to this, man. This is phenomenal. Don't fall. Don't fall. Act right on camera. It's weird, man. Like, the more that, like, his ankle has gotten looser. He does have a pretty loose ankle. Like, it's really like, this is loose, but when you try to move it more, it does take some effort. So it's not too bad. It's not just wiggling, but when it's in the position of him standing up, when you get it like that, it does have a little bit of looseness to it. The other ankle joint is a little better. It's a little better. Other than that, all the other joints that he has just works. Yeah. Everything else works pretty good on him. He would come out and start doing that. Big Papa Pump, man. Now we got to get the Steiner brothers, man, because I know they got a Rick Steiner figure that I never picked up. But I would love to see Mattel do a Steiner brothers, like old school Steiner brothers, like Scott Steiner with the long brunette hair, them wearing their classic WWF gear. I want that next. Because I can't get that other Rick Steiner that they have and then have this one. Like, if I'm gonna get the Steiner brothers, it's got to be the WWF Steiner brothers. It's got to be that, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Rick Steiner that's out is also a WCW look. I don't know, but I think this is dope. I'm very, very impressed with this figure, man. I love when Mattel is really, I mean, like, look, all toy companies will reuse bodies. Mattel is no stranger in doing that. But it is really cool when they take that time and effort out to sculpt a new body for characters. I believe I want to say they did the same thing for Tatanka when it was his first time in the line too. I want to say Tatanka's body looked a little bit different. The Kama, even though it wasn't Kama's first figure, because we've had like Godfather, that Kama figure that came out like 2-3 years ago, that had a unique body like sculpt to it, which was like, it was perfect. They actually should have reused it for the Nation of Domination Kama. But like this, I can't get over how dope this looks, man. Like, they got his abs down right, like everything. This looks like Scott Steiner. This is impressive, man. This is impressive. Like, you could just look at like the sculpt and see, how different it is compared to like other Elite figures. And I love that attention to detail, man. That's very important. They didn't just reuse like a Hogan mold and then just put Scott Steiner ring attire and a Scott Steiner head on top of it. It really shines. Like, it sticks out a lot in this figure, man. And they did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job. I do have I do want to start getting some WCW figures. Like, I do want to get, they have that Monday Night Wars line coming out. I do want to get the Diamond Dallas Page. I believe they have the WCW Rowdy Piper coming out as well. I already do have some WCW figs, mostly NWO stuff. Let me see. So we got the Outsiders. I don't think I have any Kevin Nash's in like wrestling gear NWO stuff, but I do have this Wolfpack Kevin Nash, and he just knocked over Scott Steiner. Just knocked over Scott Steiner, man. Come on. Stand up. And then of course I got the NWO Hollywood Hogan. I got a couple of those. But I can't get to him right now. I didn't plan ahead. I did not plan ahead with that. But I do have his head sculpt sitting in front of me. Oddly enough, I randomly see you gotta stand up in this ring, buddy. Hold on, look up Scott, say cheese. Look up and say cheese. So and there's the Hollywood Hogan. This is from the Ultimate Hollywood Hogan. It's one of the face sculpts. And here's the other face sculpt. So yeah, I got the NWO in full effect. Let's get these guys out of the ring. Let's see. I don't have any Ultimate Warriors from WCW because I really didn't. I didn't watch Warrior in WCW. I didn't. I would turn to like before the whole NWO thing started. I would turn to NWO. Me and my brother, we would flip NWO on a couple times. Wow. we would turn NWO or WCW on just a couple times. It wasn't like it just wasn't our thing. We were always shocked when WCW was winning in the ratings war because I was that much of a WWF mark. Like, I'm like, how is WCW winning in these ratings, man? I was like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater, but WCW was not that great, man. I like the Nitro Girls. I'm just saying, but I mean, other than that, and they did. I mean, don't get me wrong. WCW has some great talent. Eddie Guerrero, Harlem Heat. Couldn't think for a second. Yeah, Stevie and Booker T. Raven's Flock was even kind of cool, to be honest with you. Raven's Flock was pretty cool. They looked like they needed a shower, especially Kidman, but Saturn, they had some great talent. Rey Mysterio. That's actually my favorite Rey Mysterio. My favorite. I will go on record. I'm pretty sure I've said this before on camera. I'm really not a fan of Rey Mysterio in WWF. I don't know why. I was never a fan of Rey Mysterio in WWF. Not a once. Nope. But in WCW, that was my dude. Every time I played like WCW versus NWO, Revenge or versus the World, Rey Mysterio was always one of my favorite wrestlers to pick when I was a kid, man. In WCW, he just fit WCW better than me. Every time I saw him in WWF, it just, not that he's not good in WWF. I'm not saying anything like that. I stopped being a fan like I was back then when he was in WCW. I preferred him in WCW. And I know WCW went, it became no more when Vince bought him out. But yeah, he was one of the worst ones for me to come over. Like Booker T, I love Booker T in WWE. I loved, oh my God, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, I thought, made a great transition. I was even more of a fan of him in WWF. So it's like, a lot of guys came over from WCW and I thought it worked. The Rey Mysterio thing, it was something about it. It just didn't seem, he always seemed out of place to me. And I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the reason is because at the time when he came over, WWF didn't have really a cruiserweight division like there was in WCW. Like WCW had Juventud Guerrera, who was like about the same size as Rey Mysterio. He you know what I mean? Like it just, they had that division of guys that were just like Rey Mysterio, and so he would fight with them a lot, and so it just looked better. I hated seeing Rey Mysterio versus all these giants and doing all of that. It just, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. I know, boo this man. I know, because I know there's a lot of Rey Mysterio fans, and I'm technically a Rey Mysterio fan, just never dug him in WWE. And I know I'm going off on a tangent now, but this, these figures bring back memories, man. They bring back memories. Real quick, because I'm about done with talking about the figure. I think it's dope, man. Hands down, I just think that's a really cool. It's a really cool fig. Matter of fact, let's let's get Big Papa Pump to start flexing. Let's get him to start flexing. All right. So, so I've been playing a lot of old wrestling games, and I've been having a ball. I actually probably I might get a game capture so I can start capturing the gameplay of these old wrestling games because, man, look. I know a lot of you guys agree with me, man. So it's like I'm not really saying anything new to anybody, but these older wrestling games had so much care put into them, and they were so fun. And I've just been having a ball. I have been having a ball. I actually meant to bring in my whole collection, but I ended up just bringing in the 2 games that I got recently. Got SmackDown versus Raw 2010. This is the one that added in create a story mode. Phenomenal game. I'm currently doing the Road to WrestleMania with Shawn Michaels right now, and I absolutely love it. This is the one that I have been needing to get. I got it for like $24 on eBay. So that's that. And then yesterday, when I wasn't really planning on getting anything, me and my wife went to Record Exchange, and I was like, you know what? Let me check out the PS1 section because I do have my PlayStation 1 hooked up. And I was like, I found this bad boy. I found this bad boy right here. $16. Record Exchange. The case actually still looks pretty nice, which is crazy. Now, I was playing it, so it is not in the case anymore. But got the instruction manual. But this game was very fun. Very fun. I haven't done season mode or anything yet. What was cool about buying this game, got a story behind this. So me, my stepmom, my dad, and my brother, when this game around the time this game came out, we went to New York. And I remember I got to take some days off of school because we didn't go over the weekend. We were in New York for about a week, and it was close to my birthday. It wasn't my birthday yet, but it was close to my birthday, and it was when this game was coming out. And we went to the WWE store that was in New York. I don't even know if it's still in New York, but we went to the WWE store, and I don't know if you guys remember that place, but it was phenomenal, man. Especially for a wrestling fan. It had everything in there. It had the action figures. It had their video games. And my brother at the time. So when me and my brother, shared a room, when we were younger, we always had. That's how I was able to play all the consoles because I would have one, but then my brother would have the other one. So I had a Sega Genesis. My brother had a Super Nintendo. I had a Sega Dreamcast. My brother had a PlayStation. I had a Nintendo 64. Brother had a PlayStation 2, and it wasn't. I did eventually get a PlayStation 2 because my brother had moved out. So once my brother moved out, because I had I would always have the opposite system. So then that's when I got a PlayStation 2. Because I recently got a PlayStation 1. My PlayStation 1 I got I think in 2020. Yeah, because I started doing more retro gaming back in 2020. So that's when I ended up buying a PlayStation 1 for $25 on eBay. And it still works like a charm, man. That thing is built amazingly, man. A lot of old consoles are. They really don't mess up all like that. But anyways, so I didn't even have a PlayStation at the time. So I was like, yo, talking to my brother, I'm like, yo, can I get this and play? Because we would play each other's game. He was like, yeah, get it, because he was wanting to play it too. And it was like, yeah, let's do this. And my dad, because it was around my birthday, my dad got it for me, and it was like cool. And you know, it was funny. The rest of the trip, like I was so excited to play this game, I wanted to go home because like we got the game pretty early on our trip, and we still had like 2 or 3 days left. Um, left to be in New York. And I'm sitting there, and every single day in the hotel room, I'm looking at this game. I think I even cracked the case, and I was looking at the instruction manual, and I was just like, man, I can't wait to go play this game. I cannot wait. So it kind of brought back memories picking this game up yesterday. And then playing it last night. Very fun game still. I miss the wrestling games of before, man. They used to have so much care put into them. And now, look, we had some duds. Don't get it twisted. Not all of them were great, but in terms of what they all had in them and what they allowed you to do for the most part, it's crazy how there's still things that we can't do in 2K today that we could do in a vast majority of these games. Honestly, what's sad is that this game right here has match types that 2K still doesn't have. Like this game right here, made for the PlayStation 1, still has things and still does things better than what 2K does. That's kind of sad. I'm just saying. It's kind of sad. But we're not gonna get into all of that. I just wanted to show some pickups, man, to add to this video. But yeah, man. Guys, that's about it. This Scott Steiner figure is awesome. A lot of you guys who collect probably already have this figure because, like, it goes on Ringside Collectibles before it goes into the stores. So a lot of people do jump on it when it's like that. So we're gonna leave Big Papa Pump flexing in the ring. And thank you guys for joining me on this video and talking toys with you. And yeah, talking toys and video games with you. So, I always appreciate you guys, man. You know it. This is Soul Drum 86. Thank you for tuning in as always. And I'm out. Peace.